There once was a magician that did his act aboard a low-budget cruise line. As such, his tricks were about as unimaginative as you would expect. Pulling a rabbit from under his hat, a solid cane that turned into scarves, pulling objects from behind a drunk patron's ear and the like. Aboard this same ship was, of course, the captain, except this captain had a pet parrot. The parrot eventually became a nuisance to the bridge, so the captain started letting the parrot hang out down at entertainment floor. The parrot began watching the magician perform his stage show, and as the weeks went by, something happened. The parrot could see how the magician was doing his tricks. And so as time went on, to the magician's dismay, the parrot began informing the audience exactly how the magician would perform his act. Before the magician could even finish a stunt, the parrot would begin squawking things like, "The rabbit's under the table," or "The scarf is in his sleeve," or "The coin is already in his hand," and so on. It got so bad that the audience actually started coming to see the parrot make fun of the magician rather than see the act itself. This particular night, the magician starts his act, and right on cue the parrot starts ratting him out. Halfway through the show, however, a loud, deep roar echoes through the ship. The walls shake violently. Glasses fall from tables. People began looking at one another in panic as the seriousness of their plight becomes evident. As water begins seeping in around the walls, the announcement is made, "Everyone to the lifeboats." The magician frantically tries to make his way up the stairs to the waiting lifeboats, but in his haste, a large object falls from the ceiling, smashing him on the head and rendering him unconscious. Hours later, the magician starts to open his eyes. The only light provided by the moon reveals that the ship is simply gone. Wooden furniture and debris float on the top of the water, and the bodies he sees are obviously lifeless. He somehow has managed to hold on to a piece of broken furniture and is counting his blessings, when to the corner of his eye, he spots movement. "No," mutters the magician, "no." Perched on a piece of driftwood and frantically flapping his wings to make his way to the magician is none other than the parrot. The magician can only bury his head in his hands as the parrot flaps and strains to get closer to him. Upon arriving at the magician's side, the parrot remains quiet. The magician raises his head. The parrot proceeds to slowly circle the magician, eyeing his clothing, looking at his back, and then circling to the front to look at his hands. Through tears of despair and anguish, the magician finally asks, "What in the world are you doing?" The parrot responds with cocked head and an eye of suspicion, "All right, I give up. Where's the ship?"